Welcome in. This is Barry Ann. I'm here with my lovely llama, Mia. The word of the day is truth teller. What's that mean? Mia says the word of the day is whistleblower. You go along to get along. Those words can sound harmless until you are the person who decides. You cannot stay silent any longer. When a person decides to blow the whistle against what they had experienced as a powerful play, established organization in Las Vegas, Nevada. I did the right thing. I believed you do the right thing when it is difficult. When it costs you something and when the easier path would be much more comfortable. Doing the right thing when it is just as easy not to. That's not easy. The people I encountered were not the stereotypical image of the mob, not the image of the mafia. There were no guns, no one named Vinny or Salvatore, Big Louie or Lefty. No movie characters. It was something far more dark and complicated. A system built on influence, connections, and power. A power that appeared polished and professional. Where people held responsibility over money, lives, and families. I never imagined the price I would have to pay. I would pay a huge price for speaking up. I think you know what I'm talking about. I was warned, you can have a successful life and career, or you can be difficult, and I will ruin you. At that time, I thought, how ridiculous. I believed I couldn't lose out, and I would put everything together and find another trustees to deal with. I was not prepared for what followed. I was not prepared for a series of events that changed my life forever. I survived. But I carry the consequences every day. I feel I was ruined. That feeling sat with me for a long time. They blacklist you. They erase you. They hack you. They portray you as the person who did something wrong, with no clear way to correct what happened. Every day I struggled with the basics, to fight, to take care of my family, to sleep as often as I could, because sleep most of the time escaped me. Eating just felt like a task. Lifting my arm, my body still carries some of that stress. Sometimes awake from brief moments of sleep, overwhelmed by the emotion, trying to stay quiet. Not to wake anyone, I try to be quiet. But the years have passed, yet the pain remains. No amount of medication or therapy could release that. The struggle of trying to rebuild your life me rebuilding my life and finding meaningful work. Sometimes my story sounds impossible, like a movie, a plot, or something. And I know people would dismiss it as unbelievable. A battle involving institutions, legal system, finances, and people with influence. But when someone feels powerless, the hardest question becomes, where do you go? Who will listen? Can you deliver property? Do you know? Do you have the exculpatory evidence? On and on. The people with the power often have the ability to explain away complaints, defend their actions, and make those challenging them feel unheard. I watch money flow through the system. I questioned the decisions being made. I questioned their effectiveness and their excessive fees. I questioned whether the work being charged for was truly performed. I questioned why the same attorneys and professionals seem to repeatedly receive those assignments. I questioned missing items from estates. The questions started with disagreements, then the pressure came. Then came intimidation. Then came experiences that I described as deeply traumatic. There are moments when memories return vividly, the sounds, the images, their ugliness, the yelling, the fear, the moments I wish I could forget. I believe I was targeted and not, listen very carefully, the only one targeted through a carefully coordinated process. Private client services designed to defeat us. It was organized, it was powerful, it changed everything. They moved fast like lightning. Mia says, with lightning speed? Oh yes, Mia, yes. But one thing they did not change. I know who I am. I am strong, resilient, intelligent, and I sparkle, as Mia says. I overcome adversity through my life. I've survived something I never thought I would face. Well, let's hope that someday we find the strength to be in the right place to share these stories, the right platform, and my experience, not out of revenge, but because if my story can help even one person to recognize danger and ask questions to protect themselves, then my hurt may have a purpose. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is also sometimes or most of the time the most important. So to stand up when being stood on, and when standing up at a cost, that is really something. Mia says, wow, beyond the word, some stories are so heavy they cannot be measured by words alone. They are carried in the heart, in the memories, and in the courage it takes to keep moving forward moving along and moving on. Maybe we always have the courage to listen, the wisdom to question, and the compassion to understand other person's journeys. Keep what brings healing, release what brings pain, and place what no longer serves you into the violet fire. Let it burn, Mia says. And don't forget to sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.